Hey, what's up? It's Stephen A. Williams with Making Money with Stephen A. Williams here on YouTube. And in today's video, we're going to talk about keeping your business ideas, your aspirations, your goals under your hat. And what I mean by that is you don't need to talk about and tell people everything about what you're trying to accomplish. And you don't especially need to tell friends and family everything about what you're trying to accomplish. Now, in this video, I'm going to make it clear to you why you have to be careful of this, because dreams have been shattered by some of the people who are closest to us. One of the things that, or among many things, but one of the things that you gotta become strong in is yourself. And at the beginning, if you look at, read Napoleon Hill's book, in the section of the Cosmic Habit Force, he has a section in there, and it's page 1019. I got it memorized in my head. He talks about that you have to make a mastermind group. And this mastermind group has to have one goal in mind. And whatever, it puts together a plan of action. And if that plan of action doesn't work, they do another plan of action, but the goal is never stopped. So whatever the goal that they wanted to accomplish never changes, but the plan of action could change or have adjustments, but it keeps on that goal. But another piece of that in that Cosmic Habit Force by Napoleon Hill is he states in there specifically that you have to push yourself away from people who may make you feel inferior, who may be jealous of what you're trying to do, who may try to be negative about what you're trying to do, that you have to push yourself away from those individuals. This is something that I had to personally do, and it helped me grow in my business. I actually did it when I was 20 years old. I got rid of all of my friends that were negative, and what really ended up happening is I just got away from all of my friends because they were not going, headed in the right direction, and I wanted to take my life in another direction. So what I want to do is I want to illustrate. I think that people learn by visually and also by listening to. But this is going to be a visual representation of what actually happens when you try to stand up strong and become something different from, with starting a business, or maybe you're trying to, do something special as a actress or a singer, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I'm going to show you how people look at us when we're trying to do this, especially for business. So this is you. This is you right here. And you have this big idea. You have this big idea for your business. This is you. You got this big idea. And this is the thing. This is very important. So don't miss this. This is what you do. You're looking at this idea from this direction. So you know yourself, anyone who knows themselves, the person is going to know themselves more than anybody else. You know if you're lying to yourself or if you're being truthful about anything that you're doing. You may not, want to admit it, but that's the truth about all of us. But you are looking at your business, your idea. You're looking at it from this direction. Everybody else. And that's why you have to be careful. That's why you got to keep this under your hat. You might tell people what you're doing, but you don't, need to talk too much about it. Is that they're looking at you this way. They're looking at the business idea. So if you go around telling people you're going to make this big successful business, this is what you got to understand about how people are viewing you, is that this is how you're looking at it. I'm starting at the bottom, going to make this business. What they're looking at is they're looking at the business, and they're putting their judgments on it as, the first thing they're going to look at is other people already have this successful business and you're not successful. So they're looking at it through the business as a successful business, especially if it's something that someone else is already doing. So they're looking at that as success, and then they're coming and they're looking at you, at where you're at now. And that's why you will have people say things to you like, who do you think you are? Or I don't think you're going to be successful, or that's going to be very difficult to do. I don't know if you have money to do it. Be careful. You've probably heard all of the different excuses that can come from people. And that's because they're looking at the business as, yes, this business could be successful, but you're just like us. You're just like us. So how are you going to make this business successful? So see, you're looking at it from this way, like I'm going to build myself up to be in this successful business. They're looking at it from this way. This is a successful business, a successful idea that other people have done. But then when they look through it to you, they're like, you haven't done that yet. See, they're not looking at you from this success. You look at yourself, like dream and picture yourself accomplishing this goal. They look at you from the business to where you're at now. That's why you got to be very, very, very careful. So now let's do a little exercise. Let's do a little exercise to kind of show you how this whole thing works. So you have, let's just say you have one friend here. To make it simple, you have one friend here. And this is your idea, and you tell that friend that you're going to do that, this is your idea, and they're going to look at you through this business. They're going to have all of their, whatever they say. Some of them might support you. Some of them might be quiet, whatever. But what most people, the number one thing that tear people down from business is that they're not strong on the inside. And when I say not strong on the inside is the reaction that they get from family and friends, because you don't have your defenses up. If you were to, go, let's just say someone on the street came up to you and you said, oh, I'm doing this business, and they don't know you, so they're going to just judge strictly on the business. And if they were to say something about, well, I don't know if that's going to be, if that's going to work or whatever, you would say, okay, well, that's your opinion. But when your friend or family member tells you that, that barrier that you would have had against that other individual is gone. So you internalize. And that's one of the number one things that destroys people's goals, is that their family and friends, they feel like they're tearing them down and they're not supporting them. So that's why you got to keep your ideas under your hat. But let's work this. Let me show you the way that this whole cycle can work its way out. So you start with your idea. You're just trying to be successful. You have no results yet or nothing. Your friend over here is looking at this, and he might say, well, I don't know if that's going to work for you. Maybe it will work. As you work and you keep your mind right and you stay focused on your idea, you will get stronger. And this is what I talk about, and this is what actually happened to me, is that if you focus on your business, you don't focus on what other people say, you focus on your business, what you will see happen, and this is like enlightening every time that I talk about it, because I've done this to myself year after year after year, and it's like almost automatic, is that when you focus on this and you don't focus on what other people are thinking, every time you keep focusing on your business, you could say that your business makes you stronger, because you're going to figure out what's going to make this work. Like, you don't need to go into this knowing 100% how it's going to work. You just have your idea, you have your business, and you're going to put the work in to make that work. to make that work. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least you don't let other people determine if something is going to work based off of what their, what their understanding is about business. Because a lot of people who don't know nothing about business will give you all the different ideas about how to make a business work. So now let me show you how this will work. So as you continue at the beginning, let's just go like lowest level. Say this person says you're stupid. Is that right? Stupid for trying to do this idea, but you just keep working. You know you're doing your work. All of these is work. And every time it comes back to you, you get stronger and stronger on the inside. As that individual just observes, you don't need to do any talking. You don't need to discuss anything with that individual. They will see results. And then they will come back and they look at your business again. And maybe now that what'll happen is they see that you're working at it. They see that you're serious. They see that you might have some small results. What you'll usually see is a person will become jealous of you. The reason why they're jealous of you is not because of your business. They're jealous of you because they see that you're changing on the inside. And that's actually one of the next things that you'll see happen. So they see more results from you. And then they come back and they say you changed. So because you are working hard at your business, all of this is work. What they start to see from the outside, which is really, if we go back to the beginning of what I said in the video, is that they're starting to see you from your direction of the business. See, at the beginning, you had your idea, you put in the work. You don't listen to what other people are saying about it. You just have your goal. You're strong on your inside. You're following Napoleon Hill's teachings where you're saying, hey, put together my mastermind team, even if it's just you and one other person. That person has to be 100% on your side. You have to put together a plan of action. That plan of action has a goal. The goal must stay the same, but you can change the plan of action to get there. If that other plan of action doesn't work, you just keep changing it to get to there, but you keep the goal. You can't be flip-flopping around with the goal. And then you have to push away and not deal with people who try to make you feel inferior, who try to, try to say things to you to try to, to get your mind off of what your goals are. You just got to do away with those individuals. You actually have to break ties. And the more you can do it, the more chances your success will increase. So if we go back to that, first you're stupid. And then they see that you continue working, that it doesn't matter what they say. They see the result. The next thing is they start to get jealous. They get jealous because you have been someone who has stepped out and said, regardless of what other people say, regardless of how other people may think, I have a goal and I'm going to stay strong and I'm going to go for it. And that's why people start to get jealous, because now they're starting to see that the work that you put in can potentially pay off. And they start to have this feeling inside of, well, he was the same or she was the same as I was or I am, but why are they able to go for their dreams and I'm just talking? I'm a big talker. I never go for my dreams. And that's why people start to get jealous. And then the more results they see, they start to say, well, you changed. You changed. Well, you did change. You became a stronger person. You became a person who can continue to work with your ideas. And most of all, you became a person who is not going to be flopping in the wind off of what other people say you can or can't do. Being in business, you got to be strong on the inside. The stronger you are on the inside, there's nothing that can stop you. All you have to do is just keep working at different plans of action and you have your goal. That's basically all you got to do. You have your plans of action and your goals, and then most of all, keep your ideas under your hat. Thank you for your time. If you need any of my services, the links are below this video. Please post your questions and comments about this. Tell me about your experience with dealing with family and friends when you started your business, because I just love to hear those stories about what you may have went through. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams with